Nigeria with a legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
It's one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
On Global News Express, Kano Governor orders crackdown on groups promoting LGBT rights. Academic Staff Union of Universities says strike avoidable if government implements agreement in 2 weeks. In business, federal government exempts reality shows and lottery winnings from withholding tax. On the foreign scene, Chinese president seeks world leaders' help for Russia-Ukraine dialogue resume. And in sport, Falcons hold first training session in Sevilla. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anthony Momodu. President Bola Tinubu has been re-elected for another one-year tenure as chairman of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of States and Government. Tinubu, whose first tenure is to elapse on July 9, 2024, was elected by a unanimous decision of fellow heads of government at the 65th Ordinary Session of the Authority Head at the State House, Abuja. In acceptance speech, the president said he has accepted to continue to serve the continent's interest and build democratic values on the structure he had inherited. Tinubu was first elected chairman of the authority at the 63rd Ordinary Session of the regional bloc held last July in Bissau, the capital of Guinea-Bissau. Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has charged women to take the lead in the food security campaign, emphasizing the importance of individual contributions to efforts aimed at addressing food insufficiency. Fatime Umar has details.
Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has charged women to take the lead on the food security campaign, emphasizing the importance of individual contributions to efforts aimed at addressing food insufficiency. Unveiling her own vegetable garden at the State House residence, the First Lady spoke on her motivation for starting the garden and encouraged first-time women farmers to participate in every home or garden competition.
We need food in Nigeria. I'm trying to be, and then everybody should try to grow something. So I didn't know what I can add to the State House. And I thought, a private vegetable garden would be nice, and that has very good health benefits.
She also speaks on health benefits of some of the items planted in the garden.
When you look at the first one we have okra. Okra is very, very good for the digestive tract and also helps cholesterol, I guess so. But the other one is ewedu. Ewedu is very medicinal. We know that. I remember children that have measles, when they take ewedu, it helps them. It helps them a lot. And maybe the doctors will find, we have water leaf. Water leaf is also beneficial, especially for ulcer patients.
A statement issued by the First Lady's Senior Special Assistant on Media, Busola Kukoi, says the competition, which is open to women across Nigeria, aims to promote smart gardening and enhance communal living. Fatime Umar reporting for Global TV News.
President of Academic Staff Union of Universities, Professor Emmanuel Sodeke, says a strike is not imminent if the federal government implements the agreement reached within the next 2 weeks. The union had threatened to embark on strike over the non-implementation of agreements reached with the federal government. Minister of Education Professor Tahir Mamman on June 26th invited the union for a meeting to deliberate on the lingering issues affecting universities and to avert the planned strike. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps We're deeply sorry for that breaking transmission due to some technical hitches beyond our control, but nice to be back. And still in the news, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Anambra State Command says it has deployed personnel across the state to protect critical national and state assets as part of efforts to prevent a breakdown of law and order. Anambra State Commandant of the Corps, Marco Olatunde, stated this in Awka, Anambra State capital, while monitoring the deployment of personnel for its renewed launch operations to encourage economic and commercial activities and combat the effect of Monday's sit at home. Olatunde described it as a proactive move focusing on banks, financial institutions, parks, schools, government offices, and potentially vulnerable points to maintain public trust and respond to security breaches. The Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf says his government will not tolerate any group suspected to be promoting or advocating for lesbianism, gay, bisexual, or transgender rights in the state. The government's directive came in the face of rising tensions over the activities of groups allegedly promoting same-sex marriage in the state. The State Commissioner for Information, Baba Dantiye, says the state government will not accept any agreement that promotes the activities of gays and lesbians, as it contravenes the norms and values of the people of Kano and breaches the state's moral standards. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has ordered the former Minister of Humanitarian Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Umar Farouk, to account for payments of 729 billion naira to 24.3 million poor Nigerians for 6 months. The court also ordered the former minister to provide the list and details of the beneficiaries who received the payment, the number of states covered, and the payment per state. Lagos State government says it needs over 2.1 trillion naira for the protection of a 42-kilometer stretch coastline requiring about 105 groins. The State Commissioner for Waterfront Infrastructure Development, Yakub Alebuso, said this while hosting a business delegation from the Netherlands led by the Consul General Michel Dilan. The ministry says Abiy Biosu, however, expressed optimism over the partnership between the state government and the Kingdom of the Netherlands in coastal zone management. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund has announced that students enrolled in 36 state-owned tertiary institutions can apply for student loans starting Sunday, July 7, 2024. The fund stated that the management of the institutions has successfully submitted their student data to the student verification system. The fund urged all state-owned tertiary institutions to promptly submit their complete student data to its student verification system to ensure their students can benefit from the loan scheme. A devastating flood has ravaged a cargo village in Garki local government area of Jigawa State, displacing residents and destroying properties worth millions of naira. Residents of the village who said they were caught unawares by the heavy rain says the flood also contaminated their sources of water, adding that many residents were forced to seek shelter at nearby hospitals and schools. Cargo village head Ali May Nasara described the situation as serious, saying many residents had lost their livelihoods. The suggestion by the chairperson of the House of Representatives Committee on Health, Amos Magaji, that Nigeria's university teaching hospitals should be privatized has been condemned by Nigerians, including the leadership of the country's labor unions. Magaji was reacting to the challenges of underfunding as reflected in infrastructure decay, overstretched facilities, poor power supply, and acute shortage of personnel facing all tertiary hospitals scattered across the country. The lawmaker representing Azango Kataf and Jaba Federal Constituency of Kaduna State made their suggestion when he visited Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital in Zaria, Kaduna State. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, has reiterated that the Nigerian Army is committed to total elimination of all forms of insecurity bedeviling the country. General Lagbaja disclosed this during the grand finale of this year's Nigerian Army Day celebration at the 3 Division of the Nigerian Army, Rukuba Barracks, Jos Plateau State. He stated that they had structured their training activities to ensure effectiveness, which he added had resulted in reducing farmers' herders' crisis in the North Central. Lagbaja further said troops are currently deployed in all states of the Federation to contain different violent armed groups threatening the peace of law-abiding Nigerians, explaining that their operations are being conducted within the civil space, giving rise to more frequent interactions with civilians. The police in Enugu State have spoken on the reported attempt by some unidentified men to harvest organs of 2 women in a hotel in the state. In a statement, the police spokesperson in Enugu State, Dana Ndukwe, said a preliminary investigation has shown that the suspect forcefully and fraudulently demanded money from the victims and that it was not a case of attempted murder or harvest of organs. Ndukwe stated that the investigation also showed that the victims were commercial sex workers who had been with the suspect earlier on Wednesday in another hotel along the Agbani Road in the state. You're watching News Express coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTV.ng and other handles now showing on your screen. When News Express returns, fear of scarcity looms as depots raise petrol price to 720 naira per litre. These and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us.
Hello, children. Gather round, let me tell you a story. Do you know that stories have a way of captivating the minds of children, bringing fun and imagination to teach them morals? Join Sharon Ajay as she takes you to explore the thrilling and exciting world of storytelling.
I'll be sharing with you our next interesting story.
Tune in every Saturday on Global Television, time 5:30 p.m.
Is the desk on Global Television?
Nigeria. Come join Anthony Momodu on television's most compelling and facts-finding talk live show.
We are the Palestinians.
Can we
We are
not
the
say that
Canaan because
that this country gets it right.
It's the Dex on Global Television, where we analyze and dissect storming issues and commentaries in the world's biggest black nation, Nigeria.
Who is being held accountable for this money?
The eyes have it.
We stay and decide policies and reforms on the Dex. Tune in Mondays to Fridays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Global Television. Let's stay on the Dex.
Global Morning is your ultimate destination for engaging political and economic matters. I am Uyi Agmofwebe.
And don't forget to include social discussions. Tune in every weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I am Queen Agaba.
For insightful breakfast ideas, business summaries, sports highlights, international and local news perspective, I am Anthony Momodu.
Don't miss the in-depth analysis of current and political issues by the Global Morning team and experts. I am Jumai Manson.
Catch Global Morning here on Global Television. Getting on the action. I am Edikan Michael.
We are
the Global Morning team.
Welcome back from the break. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of News Express. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, United States troops have withdrawn from the base in Niger's capital of Niamey and will fully depart from Agadez in the north before a September 15 deadline set by the country's military rulers. Niger's military leaders have scrapped a military cooperation deal with Washington in March after seizing power in July 2023 coup. The U.S. had around 650 soldiers in Niger as part of anti-jihadist missions in several Sahel nations of West Africa, including a major drone base near Agadez. Europe's stock market slid in opening deals as investors have freaked over the French political uncertainty following a snap elections in which a hung parliament appeared the likeliest outcome. In the Eurozone, the Paris CAC 40 benchmark stock index sank by 0.4% and Frankfurt's DAX does 0.1%, while London's FTSE 100 index was down by 0.3% in value. Meanwhile, the euro stumbled against the dollar and pound. Chinese President Xi Jinping has told Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban that the world powers should help Russia and Ukraine restart direct negotiations during a visit to Beijing branded a peace mission by the European leader. Orban's trip to China comes a day before NATO is due to hold a summit to mark its 75th anniversary, with setbacks in Ukraine set to dominate discussions. It follows a surprise visit by the Hungarian premier to Russia and Ukraine in the past week. In business, fuel scarcity is gradually surfacing in Abuja and other parts of the country as private depot owners hiked the depot price of petrol from 630 naira to 720 naira per litre. This came as fuel scarcity deepened in Abuja and the adjoining states, with some filling stations dispensing PMS as high as 900 naira per litre. National Vice President of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Hamid Fashola, said many filling stations did not open for business because they had no fuel in their tanks. Federal Ministry of Finance has introduced new regulations that include significant tax exemptions for games, reality show winnings aimed at promoting entrepreneurship, academics, technology, and scientific innovation. These exemptions, effective from October 1st, 2024, apply to winnings from games of chance and reality shows specifically designed to foster these areas, according to a copy of the document. The Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Adebayo Edun, announced these exemptions as part of a broader effort to stimulate innovation and academic excellence in Nigeria. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Doris Ozuka-Inete, says the Informal Economy Report 2024 has indicated that businesses in the informal market contributed over half of Nigeria's gross domestic product. The minister, who said this when she inaugurated the report in Abuja, noted that unregistered businesses include street vendors, artisans, and service providers. And running to the exciting world of sport ahead of their participation in the women's football event of the 2024 Paris Olympic Games, the Super Falcons held their first training session in their Sevilla camp. The games will be held from July 26th to August 11th, and Nigeria are returning to the women's football event since they last featured in 2008. The Super Falcons camp opened in the Spanish city on Friday, but didn't hold any training sessions until Sunday due to small number of players in camp. Following reports that most of the players are yet to hit camp, perhaps the numbers are just swelling, as the video released by the Super Falcons show on X showed a few players and officials strolling into the training ground. Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Enoh, says the ministry will support, with support from the Nigerian Olympic Committee and other relevant sports federations, is putting final touches to Team Nigeria's preparations plans for the upcoming Paris 2024 Olympics. Senator Enoh highlighted the extensive efforts being made to ensure that Team Nigeria is well prepared to compete for honors at the prestigious global event. The sports minister emphasized the importance of pre-Olympic camping for athletes to concentrate, fine-tune, and have a serene environment devoid of distractions. As we end the Global TV News Express, let's take a look at our top stories. Kano State Governor has ordered crackdown on groups promoting LGBT rights. Academic staff of universities has stated that industrial action is avoidable if government implements agreement in 2 weeks. In business, federal government has announced withholding tax-exempt status for reality shows lottery winnings from October 1st. And in sports, we told you Super Falcons have held their first training session in Sevilla. Thanks. That's all on News Express. I am Anthony Momodu.